Howdy guys! I've managed to make my way from the bathroom doing hair tutorials to the kitchen making banana bread with you guys. To be honest, the idea stemmed from me being way too obsessed with banana bread lately, and a lot of you might know that I've been losing a lot of weight, but banana bread is just one of those things that I've been addicted to lately, and at least it's not deep fried Oreos or Ben & Jerry's ice cream, which is like 1,200 calories a pint. I don't know if this is any better, but portion control. You can have a slice, walk away, and you're done. So yeah, this is not gonna be diet friendly, but it's gonna be delicious. So basically, I've been following a very basic recipe that I got from allrecipes.com. It's called Janet's Rich Banana Bread. However, I've tweaked it to what I would like to do. So basically, I've been making lots of different versions of this over the past month. Every single version I've made has been delicious. I just use this main recipe as the bread recipe, and then I throw whatever fruit I want to in there because my brother doesn't like bananas, but Jeremy loves bananas. So I've been trying to make like one strawberry bread and one banana bread. I've made an apple cinnamon bread. I've made a strawberry mango bread, which was my freaking favorite. I was using yellow mangoes and whew, so good. But the thing that makes this banana bread more moist than your average banana bread is there's sour cream in it, and I like to add a little bit more just to make sure it's really moist. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe, and I'm going to put my hair up so nobody finds a hair in their bread, and I'll be right back. We're ready to roll. The brownest bananas that I could find at the store were these little babies. So we're using little bananas today. I also have some raspberries. I'm gonna go rinse these off, even though these are in a plastic tub. I don't trust people, especially with the virus going around. I'm gonna go wash these, and I will meet you at my cutting board. So I've already washed my hands, and please forgive how terrible my fingernails look right now. So I already cut one and ate it, as you can see. I'm going to be cutting these. I'm literally just going to try to mince them as small as I can. That way they will go all throughout the bread. You know, I should be using a bigger cutting board. This is not my brother's channel, so you're not gonna see a perfection. Get out of here, little cutting board. All right, so we're gonna basically make like a mash. I'm sure there might have been an easier way I could have done that, but I enjoy cutting things, and that turned out pretty great, so I'm not bothered. And since I almost forgot, we're gonna preheat the oven to 350 while we're cutting the bananas and mashing them. And since they are both going together in the same bread, I really don't mind the raspberry juice commingling with the bananas. I'm gonna try it together to see what the banana and raspberry tastes like before I put this fork in the sink. The tart from the raspberry and the sweet from the banana goes beautifully together. So I've got everything in place. Today I'm going to be using my Cuisine Art blender. This video is not sponsored at all, just thought that was necessary. The rice cooker is not going to be used in today's video. She's just part of the scenery. The first thing that I need to do is I need to take my stick of butter and heat it up in a coffee cup. Let me go get a coffee cup. So I'm gonna stand it up there because the butter that we're gonna be using has to be melted. I will be sliding that into the microwave for a minute. So a fun thing about my sugar and my salt, a way that I know for sure that they're different is number one, I have a jar for my sugar, but number two, the salt I use is pink, so can't get that screwed up. So we're gonna do 1 cup of sugar. Maybe we'll go ahead and try to make 2 batches in one. We're gonna attempt that, okay guys? So we're gonna double this recipe. We're gonna go do 2 cups of sugar. And then I'm gonna melt my second stick of butter. But obviously, I'm going to put the recipe in the description for 1 loaf of bread. That way you can make that decision on whether or not you wanna do 1 or 2. But I'm gonna go ahead and pour my butter from the first stick in there, and then I'm going to get my next stick ready and do the same exact thing that I just did. I might as well get mixing while that one's being microwaved. And then I'm just gonna wait. I'm a little nervous to be attempting this, but you are hanging on to the cabinet doors right now. Now we're gonna add our second cup of melted butter. Looks like a nice pool of something I want to be in right now. Alright, so now that that is mixed very well, we're going to be adding in 2 eggs. It's supposed to be 2 eggs per recipe. Since we're doing 2 loaves of bread, I'm gonna do 4. One hand, buddy. 4 eggs. So the eggs are in. The vanilla is gonna be next. So with things that require a teaspoon, I honestly eyeball them. We can call that 1. Call that 2. Like I said, this is doubled recipe, so that was 2 servings. Since we've got the eggs and vanilla in, we're gonna mix that really well. The vanilla and eggs are done. I would put those back in the cabinet, but you're kind of blocking the way. So now I'm gonna have to add the flour. Just use regular all-purpose flour, baking soda, and salt. So for the flour, we're gonna do 1.5 cups for 1 serving. So we'll double that and do 3 cups. 1, 2, 3. Since it calls for a teaspoon of baking soda, don't ask about the duct tape. We're gonna be doing 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Wow, I think we're already there. Do a little bit more. That looks like 2 teaspoons to me. If you bunch it up like that, threw it in. And now the salt. which is my Himalayan salt. I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons of that. So that's about 1 teaspoon right there. And this will make 2. I'm actually going to retire the mixer for a second and fold in using my rice paddle. I'm gonna fold this in so that when I blend it, it doesn't go poof everywhere. Oh, get back in there. I cleaned off the counter before I started, I promise. A lot of people would use a rubber spatula right about now, but I really like using the rice paddle because I feel like I have a lot of control with it. I'm gonna take the mixer and finish the job. I got flour all over my shirt, of course. That bad. Now I would say that is pretty mixed. It's not clumpy. We're gonna get all the batter off of the mixer now because we're done with it. I mean, unless you wanna like lick it. Here, have a lick. Yummy. Try it, make sure it tastes normal, you know. Oh yeah, that's, This vanilla extract is delicious. This is where the sour cream and the fruit comes into play. So, the normal, oh, this needs to be mixed up. Yucky. Hold on. It's been sitting in the fridge for a while. It calls for a 1/2 cup of sour cream for 1 loaf. So we're gonna just do a cup for these 2 loaves. 1 loaf is just a tease, which is why we're making 2. And I'm pretty sure the amount that we have left in here is exactly a cup. So now that I can see that we're close enough to a cup, I'm gonna go ahead and spoon that in. There's no need to struggle twice as hard, am I right? I would normally just do a heaping cup of sour cream, but since we're at the bottom of the container, you can see that's pretty much what we were at anyways. So now I've got my fruit on this huge cutting board and the juice has made its way all around the rim of the entire thing. We're gonna scooch that right on in there. I'm gonna do this because it's just coming out. This looks so appetizing from y'all's point of view. So appetizing. Everything from the cutting board is in the bowl. Now we just get to folding this in. I'm really stoked about this. This looks so good. Alright, now I'm gonna try it. I'm so glad I'm making 2 of this because this is delicious. So the next thing I'm gonna do is make sure that the sides of my baking dishes are nice and oiled with some 365 extra virgin olive oil. I'm just gonna do a light spritz on all sides. And then in the middle. Same thing over here. I'm gonna try my best to make sure this is even. oven for 45 minutes. When the timer goes off, we're probably just gonna rotate it because for the next hour or hour and a half, I'm gonna be playing a pokey game with the toothpick, seeing if any batter is left on the toothpick when I pull it out. And if it will, which it will probably 1,000 times. I'm gonna throw it back in the oven and rotate it again and again and again and again and again. We'll see how long it actually takes. Right now it's 5:18, so I'll let you know how much time it takes for 2 to bake. Let's see what we've got. Oh, that smells good. And they're really rising beautifully, but I know they're not done yet. I'm gonna switch racks and then I'm going to make sure they're rotated as well. Now that I've done that, I'm going to bake them for probably 20 more minutes, 15 more minutes, so I can keep a closer eye on them. Okay, let me check them. I used the toothpick this time.
You're doing a cooking video.
Yes. Okay. Oh God. All right, let's see if they're ready. I've got a toothpick here.
You did strawberry?
No. A little bit of residue, so that one's gonna go back in. And a lot of bit of residue, so that one's gonna go back in for sure. I'm gonna put this one on the top since the top gets more heat. The only problem is since I put them this way, now I can't tell which way I should rotate them. I'm gonna put this side towards the back because it seems to need more attention.
This is like the best food to make for hurricane weather.
Yes, and we're about to get a little tropical storm. It was a hurricane, but now it's gonna be a tropical storm.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do, I don't know, 10 more minutes? Okay, what about this time? Are they ready now? I have a feeling that one of them is gonna pretty much be done. And that's not this one. New toothpick. Oh! That one is done. Ooh. They're both done. Nice. No residue. So now it's 6:32, so these took over an hour. About an hour and some minutes. I'll insert the time here after I do math. Sorry about the microwave. Jeremy's heating up his Hot Pockets, but he just got home from work. But I'm gonna let these cool before we try them, because I don't want them to fall apart in my hand and burn my mouth, you know. I actually really prefer these breads after they've cooled a bit because they're really moist and you can really taste all the flavors rather than when you eat it right out of the oven. But you do you. If you want to eat it that way, you eat it that way. Big moment, guys. We're cutting in to the bread. Ooh, nice and crispy on the top.
Nice and moist. Mmm. Ah.
Can you taste the raspberry?
No.
Because it's still hot. I guarantee you, tomorrow after it's cooled, you'll be able to taste it better. There's a whole pack of raspberries in this shit.
Yummy.
Would you say I've gotten better and better at making this? There are little tart bits that you get with the raspberry. The little tart bits are really nice. And it's more moist with using the mashed banana rather than just the sliced banana being folded in. What, you want more?
Yeah, because this It's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. It's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Okay.
Ow. Mmm.
But even though it's delicious right now, I just love it so much better after it's fully cooled down. I'll have everything in the recipe listed below. Let me know if you try it out for yourself and if you like it or not. If he didn't like it, he would have been like, oh yeah, it's good. And then he would have just not came back.